Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I'm coming to you guys with a little bit of a stick shift tip video. Basically, I'm going to be reading off 5 of my main tips for you guys that are literally just starting out in a stick shift car or a manual. If you just got in the car, you want to drive it, you don't know what to do, I'm not going to go into detail and explain everything. I'm going to assume that you know the basics, like how to match up the gas with the clutch. I'm not going to go into details about how to do every little thing, but I will give tips on those certain things, how to make them easier for you. So yeah, I'm not going to cover every little thing, but I do want to just give you my top 5 tips that really helped me when I was trying to learn how to drive stick shift, because it can be really frustrating, honestly, and I thought I'd just make this video to help out anyone that's frustrated, I guess. Alright guys, so the first tip is to feel out the shifter. So basically, you're always going to have to shift, right? Whether you're going to the grocery store or merging onto the highway, you're going to have to shift gears, whether it's downshifting or upshifting. You're going to have to shift gears, and it's good to know where all the gears are, because like I said, shifting is something you have to know how to do. It's one thing if you get rolling in the car, but if you don't know how to shift, which shifting is probably an easier part of that, but if you don't know how to shift, it's not good. So yeah, basically turn the car off, or it can be on and push the clutch in, but I prefer to have it off. And then basically just grab the shifter, put it up to the left, or to the left and up, down, just feel it out, basically. Just feel all the gears. Usually the typical pattern, or pretty much always the typical pattern, is first gear is to the left and up, then straight down is second, then up and to the right a little bit is third, then straight down is fourth, then up and to the right is fifth, and then for some cars like a 6-speed, it will be down or just straight down will be 6th. For this car, it's reverse. This is a 5-speed, and then reverse is in the bottom right. But yeah, it's good to feel out the shifter, feel what it's like, and yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the car here, guys, and then I'll give you guys the second tip. Sweet. Alright, so tip number 2 is to roll down your windows and make sure your radio is off. The worst thing you can do when learning to drive a stick shift car is neglect hearing the engine, because the engine sound is going to help you a lot. It took me a very long time to be able to drive stick shift without having with having the radio blasting or the windows up. I had to really master it, and that may sound funny, but it's good to hear the engine. It really gives you a second, it's almost like a second opinion on how you're doing. It will just, if you hear the engine dying out, you know, oh, I got to give it more gas. And that's an immediate way to know that you're about to stall, or that you just need to give it more gas. And if you hear the engine revving up really high, then you have to let off the gas a little bit, or push or let out the clutch a little bit more. But it's definitely not good to have the radio blasting, because if it is, then you might not even know you're burning out the clutch or something. So yeah, I like to roll down my windows. That always helps. And I like to turn off the radio, and that's just one way to really hear the engine, and that's really going to help you out with knowing where you're at. Alright, number 3, guys, one of the most important tips is to feel out the clutch. So basically what you're going to want to do, make sure your handbrake is off, make sure the car is on. What you're going to want to do is put it in first gear, okay? So obviously, like we talked about before, that's to the left and up. Now, do not let off the brake. So we're actually on a little hill here, so let me actually get forward a little bit more here. So basically, now we're on a flat area. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you're on a flat area like I just did, put it in first gear, then do not touch the gas or the brake. Oh my God, we're still rolling. Okay, there we go. So we're flat. Now, what you're gonna wanna do is just start letting out the clutch extremely slow. And what we're doing is finding the grab point on the clutch. So basically every clutch has a different point of which it grabs. So say it travels from here's all the way pushed in, here's all the way let out. What you're gonna wanna do is feel it, and once the car kind of starts going forward a little bit, or the RPM start dropping, you know that that's where the clutch drops. So some cars, it would be right here, right after you start letting out the gas, or right when you start letting out the clutch, you'll have to start giving it gas, or the car will stall. Some cars, you have to let it out almost all the way, and then you start giving it gas, and that's how you know. So yeah, what we're gonna do is put it in first gear, start letting out the clutch very slowly. You'll hear the car get quieter. So you'll hear the car get quieter. I wish I could turn up the engine sound, but I really can't. But you'll hear the car get quieter, and you'll see us move forward a little bit, and I'll push back in the clutch, and then we know where the point is. So we'll do that a couple times. There it is. So there we go. Now we know the point's right there. I mean, obviously I already know in this car, but just for your guys' sake, we'll do it one more time. Engine's dropping, and we push this back in the clutch, and now we know where the grab point is. So from there, all you got to do is do that, exactly what you do, let out the clutch slow. So start letting out once you hear that, and then just give it a little bit of gas. And look at that, man, we're off. Okay, I had to get over a little bump there. But basically, yeah, that's all there is to it, man. You just got to feel out the clutch, find out where the catch point is, and once you can do that, then you'll know exactly where to start giving it gas. And it's really just about feeling it out. There's no magic way to know exactly how to operate the clutch and the vehicle, I guess. But it's just about feeling it out. But that is definitely a key component to finding out how to use the clutch is finding where that grab point is. And lastly guys, the 5th tip is kind of a funny or weird one, but it is stay optimistic and just be positive with it. Now, no one's gonna go into stick shift just knowing how to do it. I don't think anyone ever has literally like just watched people drive stick shift and then get it and do it right away. Like I think almost everyone, maybe not everyone has stalled, but everyone, it feels a little bit unnatural for them. And it's if you've never driven stick shift, it's not going to feel like second nature right when you start doing it. You're going to have to practice, you have to get used to it, and don't be frustrated if you can't get it right away, because it took me literally a month to get stick shift down. It took me a month of like hardcore practicing, and I know some of you guys make fun of me, but now I've pretty much mastered it, and it's just about practicing, staying optimistic. If I would have given up or saying that, why aren't I getting this? Then it wouldn't have, and I'm not trying to give you guys like life advice here, but like if I would have given up, then I wouldn't have been able to drive it. But I never gave up. I stayed optimistic, and I had a positive attitude towards it, and I made it into the stick shift driving world, I guess. So yeah, guys, that is my video on 5 tips on how to drive stick shift. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more car reviews, car mods, and stuff like that. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I will see you guys later, and peace.